So today we're going to talk about my second favorite topic after teeth. I don't have to think about it that hard just because I'm getting excited about my next thing I want to say. My second favorite thing to talk about is, you heard me right, poo. Folks, welcome back. I got this little Mikey thing over here. I asked my kids to set me up with a mic, and they have about 5 different high-end ones, and they sent me with this little animal here. So let's see how this thing works out. Anyways, hopefully it sounds better. Welcome back. We're at the Heartland Dental Center vlog channel, musings, Bob's Your Dentist, what we call. Reach out at us, see our goofy stuff at hashtag Heartland Dental Center, and similar at Facebook. And I was getting into trouble. Check us out at heartlandsmile.com. All right, so it's been a little while. Guys, we're moving up the ranks there. I think we got 6, 7, 8 subscribers. Let's go. Anyways, I get in trouble with my kids. Dad, you're not seeing smash that like button and all. And, subscribe for notifications. Yeah, that's okay. The universe, whoever wants to check this out, they'll check it out. It's good stuff. It'll get out there. So today we're going to talk about my second favorite topic after teeth. I don't have to think about it that hard just because I'm getting excited about my next thing I want to say. My second favorite thing to talk about is, you heard me right, poo. Let that sink in. Like talking about poo. Doc, how's poo and teeth connected? I thought you work up here, not down there. So let's just start off the top. It always amazes me when, just continuing our night guard topic from last time a little bit, how when I talk about how food actually affects things that happen downstairs actually affect the teeth, and we can see it sometimes in the teeth based on your actions and your habits change in how you chew and how you grind at nighttime versus what you put into your system. People always seem to look at it and say, is that some kind of magic voodoo talk, Doc? That sounds so weird. Well, guess what, guys? There's no borders between your teeth and the rest of your body. So everything's connected to everything else. And I often tell people, sometimes you got to think about it. Something can cause something, and something can cure something. And I'll leave that. I won't get into too much of that. That might open up another can of worms. But for the time being, I tell people, think of it this way. Think about a garden hose, and you are watering some your grass. And I come along, and I step on the hose. You say, Doc, what are you doing? Stop stepping on my hose. Stop stepping on the middle of my hose. So then I move my feet, and I go to the end of the hose, and I put my feet down. What are you going to say? You're still stepping on my hose. And then if I move my feet to the front of the hose, I'm still creating the same problem. What's that problem? I'm creating a problem of cutting off water, and then your grass is going to die. All right? So whether I step in the front, middle, or back, that's what's going to happen. Similarly, from your mouth all the way to your rear end, it's the same tube. Yes, it gets specialized. We don't have to get into all the details too much. It specializes for its purposes as it moves down to the digestive tract and excretory system. But essentially, it's the same tube. So if there's a kink in the tube here, it's going to affect down there. So if there's a kink down here, it's going to affect up here. So a lot of times when you start having problems up here, there could be problems going on down there that are showing up here. Let me give you an example, or I'll give you some ideas. When we eat something, to help us understand, there's 3 things we should be looking at before we put anything in our mouth. Number 1, taste. The taste has got to hit. It's got to taste good to us. Number 2, the post-digestive effect. What does that mean? That means what happens an hour and a half later. Is your mouth dry? You look bloated? Are you tired? Are you burping? Are you farting? What's going on? That's got to check mark properly too. That's got to be smooth. So number 1, taste. Number 2, post-digestive effect. And number 3 is elimination. How many of us actually, measure what goes in and measure what comes out? Pretty much nobody, right? Nobody checks that. Other thing is, nobody even checks their velocity of digestion. What does that mean? Like, how fast does food actually pass through your system? If food is backed up in your system, it's going to put pressure on the entire system, and you're going to clench and grind at nighttime. So there's this one little connection for you right there. So how can you check your velocity? Well, the best thing to do is eat a red beet and see how long it takes before your poop is stained red. And try to remember that you ate the beets, guys, because a lot of times people think they start bleeding. And really, it's just the discoloration or the coloration of the red from the beets. So again, try that thing and see, does it take 24 hours for your poop to turn red? 36 hours? 48 hours? I mean, if it's 48 hours, there's problems with the motility or the muscular strength of your digestion and the speed of your digestion. All right, so like I promised, so that's one thing. You know, you got to look at what's going in your mouth because that's going to affect your teeth. Those three things, keep track of that. The other thing is like I promised, talking about poo. Nobody that I know really talked about poo so much. And how do you kind of know your digestive system's okay and thus that at least it's not putting pressure on your teeth? Look at your poop. Poo is supposed to be a nice brown color. If it's yellow or some other color, there's something not right in the digestion. That's number one. Number two, it's got to be like a nice log. I know. We're talking to a doctor here. It's Dr. Bhakri here. Let's not forget. It's all good. We can talk about this. It should be a log. Shouldn't really sink to the bottom. Shouldn't float to the top. If too much fat in your stools, it'll float. So it should be suspended. And when you wipe your rear end, there shouldn't be much there. Because look at the animals out there. They poop all the time. There's no tissue paper for them. How come it's so clean? Because when you have a proper digestion, proper poo formation, there's a mucus layer around it. So it comes out nice and clean. So that's going to give you an idea too of like what's actually going on. If there's problems in any of those things, your wipe, there's too much, your poop's not well formed. And oh, by the way, there's food particles in your poop. In the old days, if there's food particles in your poop, you're basically not supposed to eat. You're supposed to fast for at least that day to get yourself back on track. Again, a lot of this is the lost art, and it's all ties back to your teeth, guys. So let's keep smartening ourselves up, unlock our critical thinking, reconnect. Let's not be reductionist. Let's be holistic. Let's bring it all back together. That's the whole point of this channel, and try to keep it a little light and also keep it a little deep, if that makes any sense. Until next time, Bob's your dentist.